Welcome back, friends. He was once one of the wild men of pop when Simply Red were topping the charts around the world in the 80s and the 90s with hits like Holding Back the Years and Money's Too Tight to Mention. Mick Hucknall could be found partying and womanizing with the best of them. Now a mellower Mick is embarking on a new solo career with an album celebrating the blues legend Bobby Bland. There it is. Before we chat to Mick, let's see and hear him with the track Poverty from the album Tribute to Bobby.
Up every morning with the sun, I work all day till the evening comes. Blisters and corns all in my hands. Lord have mercy on a working man. I guess I'm gonna die just like I'm living in poverty. My pay goes down.
And we saw Bobby in there, Mick, didn't we?
Yes, I was very fortunate enough to meet him. I flew over to Memphis with the CD in my hand to play him the tracks and sort of get his approval. So that was quite a nerve-wracking moment to go in there and present him with these songs.
Well, it's quite a nerve-wracking adventure, really. I mean, this solo venture and in blues. I mean, it's a brave move. What triggered it off?
Well, I'd been listening to this music since I was about 13 or 14 years old, yeah, and when we came to start with Simply Red, the producer at that time wanted us to fit more into the 80s with a smoother sound that were more reminiscent of music from the late 70s. And so that kind of influence went on the back burner for me and hasn't really emerged until now. It's just that I've been living with Bobby's music and various artists like this for so long, I'm still playing the music at home for pleasure, and it just occurred to me that I should start using this more as an influence.
And so it is now going to be a solo artist from now on, after the farewell tour.
Well, you know, the truth is, right from the beginning of my career, I was the principal songwriter, I was the singer, and the media really just latched onto me. So you could really say that Simply Red was my project anyway, because I was the band leader as well. It's really about a change in genre and a style of influence. You know, Simply Red's music was, as I said, was influenced by the 70s and the 80s music and onwards. What I'm trying to do with this is look back a little bit further and take the influence. You know, if you think about the great music that was made in the 60s, it was all influenced by blues and R&B from the late 50s. And that was music that changed the world. And I still believe that there's a possibility of looking at that music again now in 2008 and taking some kind of influence from it and creating something new and original.
When did you issue your first single?
In 1985, I think it was May 1985, yeah.
The year before Alex Ferguson took over at your favourite team, Manchester
Absolutely,
United.
yeah. Well, we shared that parallel somehow in our careers, and Alex is a very, very dear friend of mine.
And so that's how you started. Now, was your life in the 80s and so on, was that very different to today? Are you, as we said in the introduction, mellower?
Well, I've discovered the responsibility of being a father. I have a small daughter now, and that really has changed my world. And also, I'm now committed to a relationship. I'm in a relationship and very happy in that. And you know, after living the rock and roll lifestyle of sort of drinking vast amounts of champagne and chasing everything in a skirt is a lot of fun. But after about sort of 12 years of it, it starts to wear a bit thin. You don't seem to have much meaning in your life, just hopping from one situation to another. And it started to make me unhappy. And I felt myself going down a kind of a spiral of this sort of hedonism that wasn't really kind of making me happy at all. And it really took the love of a good woman to really kind of make me see that there is a better life out there with a sense of responsibility.
Right, absolutely. How long have you been together?
Well, that's the twist. We first met in the early 90s, and I realise now that I kind of wasn't ready, but she was a wonderful woman then, but I was still on my kind of, my odyssey, as it were,
Yes, yeah.
and I was fortunate enough to win her back. And I just, in a very kind of sort of Woody Allen-ish kind of dinner scenario, I said to her, well, you know, if you're ever thinking of having babies, you know, just give me a call, you know. And that was my way of sort of getting her back into my life. And fortunately, grazie a Dio, I got her.
Yeah. Would the two of you like to have more babies?
We're working on the second one, yeah. We want them close together so they can sort of play together.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic that the timing has worked out and that you're up onto a new plane, a new level.
Indeed, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And still a football fan, of course.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think after the victory in the Champions League now, I can be very proud to have a friend who's probably the greatest football manager Britain's ever produced, you know. So Sir Alex Ferguson is an absolute star, and he's a great leader of men.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, absolutely. Did you ever fancy a sporting career or any other sort of career than music?
Well, Alex has joked with me that I've not got the legs for it, you know, so I wouldn't stand much chance. The only other thing that I have, I studied fine arts in university for 5 years, and I actually tried to be a professional painter for 2 years after I graduated. But I was always more naturally suited to making music than painting. Painting was always so much more of a chore than actually singing melodies.
And you are going to do a farewell world tour in terms of Simply Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Although, as you say, it is your band.
Yeah, but it's, as I say, it's really the change in the catalogue, the change of style. I want to embark on a new challenge. You know, I'm 47 years old, and I think
you don't look a day over 35.
Thanks, love.
Wilfred Pickles.
But you know, it's a really great challenge to try and take on the idea of moving into a different scenario, a different genre of music, and try and create something new at that age, and I want to take that on. I don't like the idea of sitting on the success and carrying on in my 60s performing stuff that I did in the 80s. I want the idea of trying to do something original from now on until then.
Well, the statistics definitely show that you're a megastar, and you've been one since 1986 or whatever. And we thank you for being with us.
Great pleasure to be here.
Good luck with the brave new venture here, which everybody who's heard this album, they all say the same, that you've done it and you've done it good.
Yeah, I've got great pride in this because Bobby is an unknown artist, really, in the world, and he has a phenomenal collection of songs. You know, interestingly, he used to be B.B. King's chauffeur.
Really?
And then started working with BB, and BB actually makes a wonderful contribution on the DVD that comes with the package, alongside Van Morrison, and talking about Bobby, talking about myself, and it's just a real great thrill from a kid to Manchester who loved the blues and R&B to have the involvement of these great artists. You know, it's just, I have to pinch myself, to be honest. I really
That's
do.
right. People who were legends when you were small.
Yeah, a wee bairn.
Wee band. Hey, that's Scotland, not Northwest.
Well,
anyway,
my grandma's Scots, so I can get away with it.
Great to have you with us.
Fantastic, David.
Mick Hucknall.
Thank you very much.
Join us after this lightning break.